Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Learn Optometry. In our previous video, we learned why we measure PD using the pupil center and why aligning the optical center of the lens with the pupil is so important. Today we are going deeper. We are going to understand how a lens is actually made, why we say that lenses behave like stacked prisms, and how this idea leads us directly into the Prentice Rule. Before explaining the lens structure, remember a prism always bends light towards its base and the image shifts towards the apex. This is the key before understanding the lens structure. How plus lenses are made? Plus lenses or convex lenses are made with a base to base prism arrangement. Because prisms bend light towards their bases, light rays from both sides are bent towards the center. They converge to a focal point. How minus lenses are made? Minus or concave lenses are made with the apex to apex prism arrangement. Because prism bends light towards their base, light rays entering the lens are bent outward, they spread apart and diverge. But in reality, a lens is not just made from two prisms, but made from multiple small prisms formed by the curvature. These tiny prisms cumulatively bend light to converge or diverge. If a ray of light hits the lens at the optical center, it passes through undeviated. Imagine that undeviated line is also the base of two prisms stacked base to base or apex to apex, and there is no deviation. The optical center is the only point where light rays passes straight without bending. Prism is created whenever you look through any part of the lens except the optical center. Now let's start with the Prentice Rule. Prentice Rule helps us calculate how much prism is produced when the eye looks away from the optical center. This prism amount is measured in prism diopters. The formula is prism diopters equals lens power in diopters multiplied by decentration from optical center in centimeter. This tells us how much prism is created. It is necessary to identify both the magnitude of prism and direction of the base as well. When the eye looks directly through the optical center, there is no light deviation, therefore no prism is created. However, when the eye moves away from the optical center, a measurable prismatic effect appears. In the example shown, the eye is looking upward relative to the lens base. This means the prism base is oriented down. Base directions are crucial when using Prentice Rule and are expressed as base down, base up, base out or base in as BD, BU, BO and BI respectively. Let's see some examples. In this example, we have an eye that is looking 5 mm up from the optical center on a +4 diopter lens. We want to know how much prism is induced. Remember, prism is measured from the optical center of the lens. So in this example, the eye is looking up, so prism is stated as base down. Substituting in the formula, PD equals FC, here F is +4 diopter and C is how much the eye is looking away from the optical center in centimeters. So 5 mm becomes 0.5 centimeters. 4 multiplied by 0.5 gives us 2 prism diopter. With the help of this diagram, we can say that base is down. So the induced prism is 2 prism diopter base down. I hope it is clear now. Let's see another example. This time we will find prism when the eye looks down from the optical center. In this case, the eye looks down 6 mm and the lens power is +4 diopter. Substituting in the formula, we get 2.4 prism diopter and the base direction from the image is base up. Let's see an example with minus lens also. Here power is -7 diopter and the eye looks up 5 mm. So it gives us 3.5 prism diopter base up. Always draw rough images to understand the base directions. Now let's look at what happens when the eye turns in or out. Imagine viewing the lens from above the head with the nose shown for orientation. This helps you easily visualize the prism base directions. Power is +10 diopters and the eye looks 3 mm in. Let's reduce our diagram to a single eye. Left eye from above. So substituting in the formula we get 3 prism diopter base out. Let's see a clinical example. The prescription is +4 diopter in both eyes. The patient's correct PD should be 62 mm, 31 mm each eye, but the glasses were wrongly made with a PD of 66 mm, that is 33 mm each eye. So each eye is 2 mm off from the correct optical center. Now using Prentice's rule, we can calculate how much prism this 0.2 cm error creates in each lens. Substituting in the formula we get 0.8 prism diopter in each eye. We must also identify the base direction. Since the PD in this example is wider than it should be and the power of the lens is plus, the prism is base out. But in real life, the eye moves around constantly up, down, left and right and almost never stays exactly on the optical center. But still we see clearly, right? Why this happens? Let's break down how this works. Firstly, lenses are designed for natural eye movement. Manufacturers design lenses to stay clear even when the eye rotates. Modern lenses uses aspheric and atoric designs to reduce distortions and keep the image clear off center. Secondly, optic center is for zero prism, not for clarity. You don't need the optic center to see clearly. Optic center only ensures no prism, but clarity stays good because of the lens design. Thirdly, induced prism is usually very small. For low to moderate powers, off-center viewing usually create very little prisms, so the brain easily tolerates it. Small prism is within ISO tolerance. Lens standards allow small amounts of prism, so tiny shifts don't affect comfort or clarity. So when we need the Prentice's rule, use Prentice rule when the PD is incorrect, the optic center is placed wrongly, in higher powers more than plus or minus 4 diopters, in progressive lenses, in anisometropia, when the patient complains of eye strain, pulling sensation or diplopia. In these cases, induced prism becomes larger, the compensations are not enough and the symptoms started to appear. Then we can use Prentice's rule to help calculate the unwanted prism and fix the problem. So that is all about Prentice's rule and lenses. If this video helped you understand lenses better, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching Let's Learn Optometry. See you in the next video where we turn theory into practice.